Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
It was heart-wrenching because I just wanted to find my son. I wanted to make sure that they were both okay, and it was hard.
An emotional response from the father of a 4-month-old baby boy whose body was found near Woodworth, North Dakota, nearly a week ago, after he, the baby, and his mother, Justice Lang, had disappeared 5 days before. Lang has since been charged with manslaughter and child neglect and is currently being held in Stutsman County. Today, Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, had a jailhouse interview with the father of baby Tyr, who says justice is not a monster. Bailey joins us now live in studio with an interview that you'll only see here on Valley News Live. Bailey.
Thanks, Andrea. Jason Wild told me he quit his job, was kicked out of his trailer, and hitchhiked in a storm, all in an effort to find his fiancée and child in the first 24 hours they went missing. Wild says he then put on over 1,200 miles in 4 days, searching the Woodworth and surrounding areas for Justice and Tyr. He also says he tried to report their truck stolen, tried to have an Amber Alert pushed out, and asked to ping Justice's phone's last location. But he says he feels like no one wanted to help him.
It just seemed like every avenue I took to find my kid and my fiance, just, I met with dead ends. It was heart-wrenching because I just wanted to find my son. I wanted to make sure that they were both okay, and it was hard.
Wild says his son was the light of his life and gave him and Justice hope to turn their lives around. He says Justice does have a history of using drugs, but was clean her whole pregnancy, and he doesn't think that played a part in what happened.
She's always been a very attentive mother and always made sure Tyr had what he needed. Like, why I know in my heart she didn't do any of this on purpose, that, something had to have been done to her.
Wild says he held a ceremony in honor of his son with his mom and uncle this morning at the Stutsman County Correctional Center, where he's being held on unrelated charges. He says the ceremony gave him comfort and that everything he does from here on out is for Tyr. Andrea.
All right. Thank you, Bailey, for that live report. And coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we'll have much more from our exclusive jailhouse interview. We are ramping up the heat again today, and the humidity, too. Hutch, do we get to enjoy another quiet evening?
It is going to be quiet. The radar around our region is taking a break for the night. All the showers and storms well to our south. Temperatures, though, wow, sizzling in Grand Forks at 90 degrees. Devils Lake 86 and Detroit Lakes 82. A very summer-like evening. Speaking of how humid it is, we've actually dried off just a touch, not quite as juicy outdoors. Your planner for tonight, still hot in the 80s through 8 and 9 o'clock, and then dipping into the 70s, nary a cloud in the sky. In Grand Forks, we'll have temperatures well in the 80s all the way till bedtime. It does look like the weekend will bring some heat, some storms, and some cooler air as well. We'll have all the details here in just a couple of moments.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch.
You bet.
Police arrested a Fargo man after they say he tried to steal cars off a sales lot. Officers were called to Luther Ford this morning after an employee at the dealership responded to an alarm and saw a man running out of the building. Officers found 22-year-old William Cole of Fargo hiding behind a vehicle. When the officer approached Cole, he ran, but was later found and arrested for burglary. Police say Cole had several keys, which he took from inside the building. Fargo police are giving a group of kids credit for helping them with a drug bust. Police were conducting a narcotics search warrant at a local motel room on Thursday when they say 21-year-old Khalif McLean jumped out the window. Officers say he ditched about a quarter pound of packaged marijuana and took off running. A group of kids were playing outside across the parking lot and pointed in the direction that McLean ran. They found him a short distance away. After the arrest, officers handed out high fives and thank yous to the group of kids. Fargo police shared this photo with the kids on Facebook. They altered the photo, obviously, replacing their faces with emojis for privacy reasons. Tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW and Valley News Live at 10, we speak with some of the kids who helped Fargo police with the bust. It's Friday and time for a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 33-year-old Almir Zurich is wanted for probation violations on charges of theft, forgery, and counterfeiting. His picture is up on your screen right now. You can call police if you have any information on him. A North Dakota man was hurt after he and his motorcycle were pinned under a semi in Nelson County earlier this morning. It happened east of Petersburg on Highway 2. 59-year-old Stephen Ralston of Petersburg was heading east before his motorcycle was rear-ended by a semi driven by 41-year-old Eric Scheip of Indiana. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says Ralston and his motorcycle became pinned under the front bumper of the semi. We now know the name of the drowning victim in Grand Forks. Police say 61-year-old Maggie Berlin died in a pool in Grand Forks on Wednesday. Officers were called to a home on a report of an unresponsive woman in a pool. When officers arrived, they tried life-saving measures before sending her to a hospital where she was confirmed dead. Police have not said yet how Berlin ended up in the pool. They are still investigating. A gas line was ruptured by a construction company in South Fargo today. It happened on 5th Streets. Police say a worker struck a gas line while digging for road placement. City and gas line officials quickly shut off the gas line before any major leaks occurred. No evacuation was needed and no one was hurt. You might have noticed the sudden onslaught of mosquitoes in your backyards, and they're not just a nuisance. Some can be dangerous, and health officials in the Southern Valley are waving the red flags. A pool of mosquitoes tested in Wahpeton just came up tested positive for the West Nile virus. The city is urging you to take extra precautions to avoid being bitten. The city says it operates as if the virus is always present and therefore will not be making major changes to the daily operations of mosquito control. If you're looking for a way to spend your Saturday afternoon, you might want to swing by the Red River Market downtown. With over 70 vendors this year, the market has something for everyone to enjoy, from fresh produce to household goods, live music, and new food vendors. The event is centered around bringing the community together.
Well, we really want to create a place for the community to gather. We think of it as kind of a public square on Saturdays. Really, everyone is welcome to the farmers market, and it's a great way to support local businesses. We work with over 80 different small business owners, all from within 200 miles of Fargo.
You could spend your morning there too, since the Red River Market will open at 10 a.m. It runs until 2 in the afternoon. It's located on the corner of 4th Avenue North and Broadway.